Hey, it's Kevin DeWitt here and welcome back to the Recording in a Home Music Studio course. In this video, we're going to talk about recording piano. So, recording piano. First off, very similar to recording drums, I do not have a piano here. I don't have access to a piano, so unfortunately this video is going to be mainly theory. So we're going to talk about the process, and if you do have a piano, hopefully what I explain here can be translated and you can take the concepts from the other videos that I show other instruments and things like that, because in the end a piano is basically an acoustic instrument. It's just about where you place the microphones and how you actually get the right sound, and that can be trial and error. So it's very similar to any other acoustic instrument, and when we get that sort of idea in our head, we can almost practically record anything we like. It's just about picking the right type of microphone, the right placement, and capturing the sound of that acoustic instrument. Now with a piano, there is generally two types. You've got like a grand style piano, also maybe known as a horizontal, and then you've got your vertical style, which you see in bars, whatever else, jazz clubs, that sort of thing. Now again, the way they are recorded can be sort of considered very similar, except for the fact of how they're laid out. But because of the amount of strings that a piano has, we are going to more than likely want to have two microphones, okay? And the placement of that is going to be having a microphone somewhere around capturing the low notes and one around capturing the high notes. Now, as I said, exact placement of that you're going to have to play around with to get the best sound out of your piano, but I've got a few diagrams here as well to give you some ideas of it. And whether it's horizontal or vertical, same concept applies. It's just a matter of placing your microphones in the appropriate spots. Now, just like with any other acoustic instrument, it is a good idea to have it tuned. Piano, I don't know much about tuning pianos other than the fact that I know that it is not done very often. It is not something that you just pull out a tuner and start tuning your piano. From what I've seen, most people hire professional piano tuners to come out and do it. But if it's something that you have not done to your piano in a very long time or ever, then maybe now would be a good time to get a piano tuner to come in and tune it. And obviously then you would have to hope that it stays good for your entire session. Now the type of microphone you choose, more than likely, I'm probably going to guess, is going to be two condenser microphones. But you do have the choice to use dynamics if you so choose, or ribbons if you really want to go that far. Any of those are going to work. They're just going to give you a different quality of sound. But I would probably guess that condenser would be the most likely. So we're going to place our microphones, obviously plug them in as explained in the other videos to our audio interface. It's not only going to give us coverage of all the notes, but it can give us some stereo sort of style to that. Now there's also techniques that you can use to place your microphones in a way that will give you more of a stereo effect, like an XY pattern, that type of thing. And again, we'll chuck some drawings up to give you an idea of what I'm talking about here, but it's all going to be about you trialing and erroring to see what you like and how to get the best sound out of your piano. But as with any other acoustic instrument, the piano needs to sound good on its own, and it needs to sound good in the room or wherever it is, because your microphone is obviously going to be capturing a lot of that information. So if it doesn't sound good where it isn't going to sound good in the microphones. So once we have our mics placed and we have them all cabled up, we set our tracks up, everything else in our software, and we basically set our gain levels to an appropriate level. And I would try that out with a few parts of the piano, whether that's big heavy hits on the keys and soft parts, just to get the nice balance of the gain control so that we don't end up clipping or anything like that, because that's the last thing we want in our recordings. And in theory, it should be as easy as that. Now obviously I've made it sound very easy. Capturing a great piano sound obviously takes a lot of skill, a lot of practice, and a lot of trial and error, as I've already stated. But you should be able to get a reasonable sounding piano recording if you get your mic placements right and your piano sounds good in the first place. It's really, as I've stated, not any more real complicated than any other acoustic instrument, and if you see it in that regard, then hopefully the process should be fairly simple for you. So if you are planning on recording real pianos in your song, then please grab the worksheet from the PDF and jot down all the parts that you need to record piano for, and keep a track of it, completing, marking them off as complete as you go, and getting all of your parts recorded. If you do have any questions about this process or about recording piano, please feel free to put them in the comments, and I'm happy to help wherever I can. And other people that are having experiences recording piano can also chime in and help out where they can. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.